guys, and welcome to another ASMR video, and this is a creepy stories on a stormy night, and here we are in this nice, comfy, cozy living room. We've got the fire going. It's pouring with rain outside, but we are gonna tell you, or I am, a really creepy story. Now this happened about 10 years ago, somewhere in America. I'm not sure where. And what happened was that there was this hotel called, I think it was something like the Hotel Serenity, or something like that it was called. However, it had a room called the White Room, and it was very, very expensive. But this guy decided to book it for his wife and himself. So they went there and they checked in, to the place, and this was on the top floor, this particular room. So as they got in the elevator, this other couple got in with them, and they said, "Oh, hi." They said, "Hi." They said, "Oh, this really is a lovely hotel, isn't it?" And it really was an absolutely beautiful hotel. He said, "Where are you guys staying?" He said, "Oh, we've booked the White Room." And the guy said, "Oh," and the guy said, What? He went, "Well, that room hasn't been open for quite a while. They sort of stopped letting it out." He went, "Why is that?" He went, "Well," he said, "about 5 years ago, there was a rumour that that room was haunted." He said, "So they did this thing where they would say, if you could stay in this room for one night, they'd give you $1,000. And this guy took on the challenge. However, the guy disappeared from the face of the earth. No one ever found him. No one watched him leave. No one saw him leave. There was just no trace of him the next day, and he was never found again. So because this had happened, they stopped doing it and actually closed that room off. But they've decided to reopen it again. So the guy's gone, "Oh my goodness." He went, "Well, why did he, what happened to him?" He said, "Well, apparently," he said, "at 2 a.m, because this was the legend behind it, he said, a demon would come knocking at the door. He said, now if you had the door locked, he said it would be okay. He said it was no problem. The demon would go." He said, "But this guy didn't lock the door, so he went to bed and then disappeared the next day. He was gone." So the guy and his wife now are a little bit freaked, and they're thinking, "Oh dear, what now? What have we done?" Anyway, the lift opens, the elevator, they go out, they walk down to the hall, and there are these two big white double doors with a key card slot. You put the key card in and unlock the door and open it. This and a big refrigerator and a big massive TV, big TV, stereo system, everything, and a big massive king size bed. It was absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful room. They went in to the bathroom, gold taps, big massive bath, beautiful, everything like marble floor, marble sink, marble bath, beautiful bathroom. And the guy went to the fridge. Inside the fridge, 3 bottles of champagne, glasses, loads of other drinks as well, bottles of mineral water, bottles of Pepsi, everything, absolutely perfectly stocked fridge, everything. It was wonderful. It was really nice. So they said, oh, this is fantastic. So they decided to open a bottle of champagne and put on the TV, and there was a really good movie on there. So they sat on the bed, pouring the champagne and watching the TV and absolutely loving it. After that, his wife decided to go and have a shower. He then followed her into the shower. This shower was enormous and had all the like proper, the way the water comes out, making it like sort of rain or something, coming from all directions. It was a really proper shower. So he gets in the shower with her and they make love. Wonderful, brilliant. They go back into the bedroom, put on the TV again, and they're sitting there. They finish off the champagne. They have a wonderful night. They then finally go to bed about 12 o'clock, midnight. The guy starts having this dream that someone is knocking on the door. He goes over to the door and looks through the spy hole, and there's something outside that is so grotesque. He immediately runs back into the bed screaming. His screaming then wakes him up. His wife, still sound asleep, and he thought, I'm going to go and lock that door. I have a very funny feeling. All of a sudden, the clock, he notices, says 2 a.m. and then there's a knock on the door. The guy thinks, can I get to the door and lock it in time? All of a sudden, there's another knock at the door. His wife then wakes up. She says, who's knocking on the door? He says, I don't know, but I don't want to answer it. She goes, oh, don't be silly. And she gets out of the bed, walks down the hallway. All of a sudden, he hears her open the door and then hears the most terrifying scream. Absolutely terrified himself, he goes under the blankets. He then hears footsteps walking down the hallway, and then he hears heavy is it? So he pulls the covers back, and once again that couple disappeared and were never seen again. This time the room was closed permanently and never opened